Yeah, you're right. That is Damn, Sasha, you're right. That's the perfect coloring.
My Ampionet! What's rockin'? I'm just admiring my coffee. Don't mind BC. I took right before we started filming, my coffee was fit. My freshly brewed organic Dunkin' Donut coffee, which I was about to have Tim Hortons, but my assistant Sasha said, "Do Dunkin'. You haven't brewed your own Dunkin' in a while." I'm like, "You're right. I've been getting them professionally made for me lately." So I did the Dunkin'. I took the first couple of sips. It was actually really, really good. So I'm like, damn. Even the texture looked. So I put it up to the light, man. The textures. Sometimes BC, in another life, I could have been a damn good barista. What's up, everybody? Smackdown, July 15th, 2022. We're going to go over that review in just a minute. Take another swig. Hold on. Oh, come on, BC. You rock that one, man. We're going to go over this review for SmackDown in just a minute, guys. I got to give some thank yous out because I forgot to do this in the last video. I keep forgetting there's the thanks button down below. It's a new button that the tube put down there. So BC has to remember this. I have to put it into the arsenal because every now and again I'll see an illuminated comment, right? It's like it's in color because it's an amplified comment. It's a jacked up comment because it's a super thanks. So I'll see him and I go, "Oh fuck, I forgot to do a shout out." So I'm not gonna forget this time, man. I'm combining the past couple of videos. We had some super thankers, and I definitely want to give you guys a shout out and a big thank you right back. D stands alone with that 5-spot coffee. I saw that comment, bro. I appreciate the hell out of you. Thank you for the coffee. Never needed, always appreciated, man. D stands alone. Badass. Scott McMinn with a 5-spot coffee. Scott, always good seeing you up in either the chats or the comments. And to see you illuminated and amplified color, I'm like, Scott's showing the love. Fuck yeah, dude. Scott, right back to you, man. Thank you. Sam Byers, always one of the tried and trues on the channel, man. Always showing that love and support. Sam Byers, just know that's right back to you, dude. And Unique Butterfly with a 5-spot coffee. I don't think I need to say this, but I always will. It's always good seeing Unique Butterfly. You talk about tried and trues, man. I don't get to see Unique Butterfly in all of the chats or comments, but always good to see her up in here. So Unique Butterfly, thank you. And Ryan McQuaid with a 5-spot coffee as well. So Ryan McQuaid, I caught that, man. I appreciate the amplified comment, the thanks. So for all those coffees you guys threw over to BC with this new button down below, sorry for the delay. Much love and appreciation. Thank you. Thank you right back. It's an interesting concept. Again, you guys don't need to. It's always if you want to tip the content creator, it's there. It's never needed. Never. I'm going to have my coffee regardless. The only thing I ask you guys to ever do is totally free. Just smash the up button. That's all I need. There's a like down below. Smash that. Give it an amplified fucking elbow, a sharpshooter, an amplified super kick. I don't know. Amplified Batista bomb. But that's all I need, man. Smash that. Helps out the algorithm. Help out a smaller channel that the tube just doesn't want to promote. And I don't blame them. Even the wrestling companies lately don't want to do business with BC. I'm too truthful, damn it. I'm too truthful. Stop the honesty, BC. Anyway, thank you guys, man. As I was thinking of, what's the cold open, man? What's the cold open for this SmackDown review? I was kind of stumped because it's been such an eventful few weeks in pro wrestling, the industry as a whole, and especially here on the channel, man. So much to talk about, and it's been a wild few weeks. But I found myself kind of stumped. What's the cold open for this, man? I don't want to just keep talking about the same thing over and over. And I thought, well, what's coming up? What's big? And it dawned on me: SummerSlam. SummerSlam is in 2 weeks from today, guys. No joke, no bullshit. I'm not a few hours or days away. It's 2 weeks from tonight. 14 days, and it doesn't even feel like it, does it? This is what I mean. When I say pro wrestling is on life support, this is what I mean. The fun and the excitement is out of it. If you can lie to yourself, or maybe you truly get excited for some wrestling today, good for you. I know there's many people like BC. I find myself faking it because I love pro wrestling so much. So I fake trying to find the good in it. I like fake it because I'm trying so desperately hard to rekindle that love. I don't think the love went away. Just the fun went away. And I find when AEW came around, most of us anyway, we gave it a chance. Some to this day, some just love everything about it. I mean, they just fangirl out. Awesome for them. If they truly have found something that gets them fucking hard that much every single show, more power to them. Then there's others that are kind of like BC. You watch all the shows and you're kind of going through the motions still. Is it a little better than WWE at times or most of the time? Sure. But it's still not that fun. You're still not... There's so much missing, man. The excitement. Larger-than-life characters. The storylines. What is supposed to be captivating you? I know it can't just be BC. And then AEW comes around, and then it just becomes... Instead of all of us coming together to voice the displeasure so that it can be better, right? We're not just being negative and ripping shows apart because we just want to be negative and rip it apart for the sake of it, just to hear ourselves talk. No, the end goal is we want it to be better because we know what it was, what it could be, and what it should be. But instead of doing that, now we just have tribalism, right? You have fans that are just clinging to everything WWE does and not being honest with what needs to be changed or what's just not working. And it's the same thing in AEW because they were scarred for so many years by WWE. Now they're just all in on AEW, literally all in, all out. They're all elite, and they can take no criticism. I mean, I found that out firsthand on this channel. Earmuffs. Even their promoter, Tony Khan, earmuffs. They don't want to hear anything that's going to be negative about their company. I've never seen anything like it. So now you have the WWE tribalism fanboys, the AEW tribalism fanboys, and while they're all acting like everything is awesome in pro wrestling, with their companies anyway, pro wrestling is fucking dying. It's on life support. I'm the only one in the community to be fucking honest like this with you. And I know that's hard to take in. I don't want to be the negative Nancy, the Debbie Downer, the party pooper in this cold open. Right? Damn, BC, you're starting the video off saying wrestling's on life support. Man, that's depressing. But it is. It should be depressing. It sounds that way because it is. Pro wrestling is on life support. And while AEW and WWE fans are all fucking trying to go to battle and thinking that their company is doing no wrong and cannot and should not be improving, while they're all doing that, BC is watching what I once loved go up in a blaze of anything but glory. And everybody, because there's plenty of Timmys and Jerrys. Right? If you're new to the channel, what a Timmy and a Jerry is. A Timmy is... We all know Timmy, right? Timmy's the guy, the kid who's going to fucking love everything that Tony Khan dishes out, right? He's going to be there with a wooden bowl and wooden spoon. Please, sir, can I have some more? And little Timmy is going to be right there with all the AEW merchandise and all of that, no matter what they need to fix, what needs to be addressed. Earmuffs. Little Timmy does not want to hear it. Everything is awesome. And then there's little Jerry's, right? His buddy Jerry. Jerry will fucking suck the WWE company cock to the high heavens, right? Jerry thinks that WWE is the best invention, better than the automobile, better than the rocket ship. No, when they invented WWE, they broke the mold. Absolute fanboying out. You can find them everywhere, and that's what's holding pro wrestling down. Because they'll accept everything, and then they'll look at channels like this or people that are trying to make it actually better so that we can all enjoy it. They'll look at us like we're ruining wrestling. We're the negative ones, right? But they're everywhere. So my assistant Sasha, you can look out the window right now and find Timmy's and Jerry's, probably with their AEW and WWE merchandise on. right? In fact, pull a couple. Put them up on the lines, Sasha. I'll show you right now, right? Watch how fast we can get a Timmy and a Jerry on the phone. Let me know what lines. You got it? Which one? I want both. Line one. All right, let's see. Timmy. All right, we got a Timmy. All right, I'm just gonna ask one simple fucking question to Timmy. Hopefully he can hear me. I'm just gonna say, hey, your thoughts on AEW? Watch this, because BC can come up with fucking 10 things that 3 that don't make sense, 4 that need to be addressed, 3 that need to be changed. But you're gonna listen to a fanboy right now. You got him? I'm on 1. Timmy, can you hear me? If you can you give me your thoughts on the AEW, maybe even Dynamite this past Wednesday night?
BC, my dude, AEW is out of this world this week, man. I can't think of enough words to describe how amazing this company is. I guess fantastic, epic, flawless, perfect. BC, during the whole night on Dynamite, I was chanting, "This is awesome!" And my neighbors were like, "Wow, must be exciting." I was like, "Yeah, it's AEW." And in the main event, that tag match, BC, I was chanting, "Fight forever! Fight forever!" BC, I haven't been this excited since I rode Space Mountain. And that was like 6 years ago. AEW! Come on, BC, chant with me. AEW!
No, stop. Cut off line 1, please, Sasha. No, I'm not going to chant AEW. No, I'm glad you love something. I really am, man. I'm not trying to take away your passion and your fucking joy. Go play with your AEW action figures, and I appreciate your time, little Timmy. But that's what I mean, though. That's just what it is, right? And if they have a discussion with a WWE fan... Oh boy, no, you guys suck, man. Nah, we're the best. We're not really addressing the issues of why pro wrestling is on life support, why the numbers aren't where they should be, and why we're not excited. Because we're just gonna fanboy out over everything. And it's not fucking... No, I wanted you... No, we have to. 3? Line 3? I got a Jerry here. Now here's the WWE fanboy for you. This is a Jerry. That was a Timmy. Here's a Jerry, right? This is the ones that think WWE can do no wrong. Jerry, do you hear line 3? Right? I'm on line 3. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm on 3. Jerry, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm on my morning power walk, so let's make this quick. Got it, basically?
Okay. Is this Jerry? That's not what I expected.
Yeah, how rude. I transitioned, okay? It's 2022, and it's perfectly acceptable to be wild, free, in who you were meant to be. Got it, basically? In fact, from this point on, I like to be called Jerryana.
Okay, Jerryana,
not Anna, basically.
Jerryana. Anna. It doesn't fucking matter what it is. Anna. Your thoughts on WWE and where it's going?
WWE is the best thing in the world. If you were just honest with yourself and your audience, basically, then we could just move on to the greatest organization that this world has ever seen and the great goals that they can achieve. But you're trying to hinder their greatness, because you don't realize Vincent Kennedy McMahon is not just a genius, he's a damn god, basically.
Okay, well, first of all, it's BC, not Beastly.
That's what I said, basically.
No, I'm not Brock Lesnar, it's not a beast, BC.
Basically.
No, but there's no S or Lee. BC.
Whatever. Wow. Temperamental much? Lame. It's just a name. Don't have a cow, dude.
Alright, it doesn't even matter.
Childish.
Doesn't even matter. Where do you see WWE going in the future?
WWE is going to soar, BC. Watch them. Look in the sky. It's them soaring. In fact, I don't even associate with losers, so go ahead and play with your all-elite morons, ring of idiots, and impact of stupidity. But in the end, basically, they're all gonna be joining Vince McMahon's Kiss His Ass Club. Because WWE rules, and you guys don't. Kiss ass, bitches!
That's it. Cut it off. I don't want line 3. Fuck line 3. Alright. No, I still hear it. No, cut it. I don't even give a fuck. Yeah, it's stupid. Anyway, okay, so there you go. There's a Timmy, there's a Jerry, right? They're just each company, their shit don't stink. It's the best of the best. Basically, what's the problem, man? I mean, they're paying their money, they're going to the thing, they're getting some nice merchandise, they're having a good time. It's a time where we need to smile and enjoy ourselves. They're just having fun, BC. That's great, man. That's their prerogative. That's awesome for them. What we are trying to say and do is that it can be 1,000,000 times better, and that's only a slight exaggeration. 1,000,000 is a big number. That's how bad pro wrestling is on life support and how bad it just is. As a whole industry, every company included, some are better than other companies, yes, but the industry is dying because this is what we have now. Wrestling is made up of all these little niches, all these fanboys and fangals, and they all just fight each other, and they all think that everything is awesome. And in the grand scheme of it all, as long as these promoters and CEOs and company fucking suits and ties, as long as they're getting all of that fucking praise that everything they're doing is awesome, and if anybody says, if all those people on the side have any negativity, they're just haters and losers, nothing will change. I mean, if pro wrestling, if the industry was on fire right now, but PC, people like, we just, no channel, no fucking articles, nothing. We would just, that's it. We don't have a leg to stand on. More so, we'd be fucking having a great time with the Timmys and the Jerrys. If pro wrestling was on fire, there'd be a reason, right? Pro wrestling is not on fire, or it is. It's going up in a fucking blaze of anything but glory. It's not on fire. It's in the fucking fire. It is the fucking fire right now, and it's burning away. And it's doing that because one bad decision after another, kayfabe dying, did not fucking help a damn thing. Social media, fanboying, all these little things, they add up. And instead of being honest, I see people just kind of taking sides, and here we are. Here we are, man. SummerSlam is in 2 fucking weeks, and instead of addressing the actual issues that this event doesn't seem fun, all the matches are rematches, we can't even have an honest discussion because the WWE fanboys are like, this is awesome. I don't give a fuck if all these matches we've seen 86 times, which, by the way, I believe we have, all of them. I'm going to love it. And if you don't like it, don't watch. And then over on the AEW side, it's just like, I don't care anyway. I don't care about voicing my displeasure because they've burned us so many times. I'm not even going to say anything anymore. I'm just not going to watch. And most are going to watch anyway. So, where the fuck am I going with it? Where am I going with it? I'm just having one of those fucking moments where it's just like, well, what is happening? 2 weeks away from the second biggest event of the fucking year, SummerSlam, and it doesn't even feel like it, bro. The end of July? Since when? Is SummerSlam at the end of July? Like it's another fucking pissant pay-per-view. I guess I'm just having one of those. It's one of those things where you voice all of these concerns. You try to get people to understand that pro wrestling is on life support, and we need to help. We all need to come together to help it. And for years, I do it, and it just people just want to swing by the channel and go, oh, he's negative. This one's negative. This one, oh, he's an asshole. He just bitches, moans, and complains. The fuck you want me to do? You want me to fucking say this is awesome to Theory and Lashley again? Do you want me to say fight forever to Bianca and Becky, a match again? What are you gonna... The 9th time to see Roman and Brock. 9th fucking time. I've seen them many times at WrestleMania. I'm getting at SummerSlam now. 9th time. Fuck, man. Doesn't matter the stipulation. It could be the loser has to get catapulted to the moon, right? To win, you have to press a lever, and your opponent has to get catapulted through the fucking stadium. Or no, it's open roof, right? Stadium. Well, fucking through the clouds, through the fucking orbit, straight in the fucking space. Straight through the fucking stratosphere. Only when you can't see him anymore did you win the match. I don't give a fuck. Okay, that's a bullface lie. I would absolutely give a fuck. That would be incredible. But the point is, I'm just having a fucking what the fuck is this SummerSlam shit moment. So that's my cold open. I don't know if any of this cold open even made sense to you guys. Maybe it's all over the place. But I just be honest, man. Be honest. You know, I guess that's a forefront for BC this week anyway, because that's, you know, I get in trouble for being honest, which I love. I've been getting in trouble since I was a kid, and it ain't gonna change, man. But who cares if you're gonna get in trouble for it or not? If people are not gonna like it, people are gonna fucking say, boo-hoo, are you salty? You say, call it whatever you want. I'm trying to make a better fucking product. I'm trying to make a better fucking product for you, you fucking you ungrateful dipshit. You're clinging on mediocrity and thinking it's awesome. Could you imagine if we actually got awesome? That's the cold open. That's the cold open. Sasha, did any of that make sense, by the way? I have no idea. I think it went off the rails when we got Timmy and Jerry on the phone. Listening to that type of fucking absurdity, I tell you. Let's have a swig. Let's get into this SmackDown review. Pat McAfee starts the show, by the way, middle of the ring, apologizing for being absent last week because we were forced for 2 hours to listen to Corey Graves and bum-ass Corbin, he says. That's pretty funny. He starts off going, he goes off on Corbin, and someone in the crowd yells out, fuck Corbin. So Pat says, and I quote, hey, you said it, not me. This ain't TV 14 yet. So even he's hearing all the fucking the news and then the backtracking of TV 14. It was supposed to be this Monday. Then the schmuck that put that out says it's not going to be Monday, but it's still under consideration. So we don't even know anymore if it's going to happen. If it's not, the date is definitely done because I can't even say reporter. He's a schmuck. I knew from the time it was sent out that it was the huge possibility it was going to be a false story. Not saying that there's not some truth to it, by the way. Not saying that there's not rumblings that it'll go TV 14. Hopefully it will, and hopefully sooner rather than later. Especially with all these rumblings now. But to just go out and say definitively that it was this Monday and not even leave any room for a question mark, dude looked like a schmuck. And everybody thought it was going to be Monday, and then it was backtracked. So anyway, I love how Pat actually mentioned it. Like, hey, we ain't no TV 14, man. You said fuck Corbin, not I. And then Corbin shows up on the Tron. He talks some shit. And that was pretty much it. Pat then just introduces Liv Morgan to the ring. And after a commercial, we got Morgan and Natalya. So that was it for Pat. But it was pretty cool to see Pat McAfee start the show. They're putting some effort, very minimal. Let's be careful with that, by the way. I don't even know if I should say they're putting effort. Minimalist of all fucking ways. But at least they have Pat McAfee out there trying to sell the fucking story. They could have just had Pat go out there and name recognition alone, star power. I mean, the company lacks so many stars these days. They lack star power that, sadly, Pat McAfee is one of the biggest stars that are going to be competing at SummerSlam. Now, I got to give the E some props here. They had Morgan and Natty for all of segment 2, basically. Just over a 10-minute match, and then a post-match interview with Morgan for the next 90 seconds-ish. So the better part of the whole entire quarter 2, Q2 segment 2, was dedicated to the ladies. That's huge because ratings will show you that fans are still not that into women's wrestling. It's sad to say that because there's so much great talent out there. In this roster alone, what was Sasha, Naomi before they walked out, Liv Morgan still, Bianca Belair, Asuka, obviously. We don't know the status of Io Shirai, but that's NXT. But still, I mean, there's so many great talents in that company for women. And you could say the same with AEW and Knockouts and Impact. There's so much great female talent. And just, I don't know if it's a country by country thing, but here in the U.S., man, there's just not a lot of love for wrestling for the ladies. And that's sad. I hope that turns around. And that's why Khan always puts his ladies like right before the main, in that bathroom break kind of spot. Because he doesn't want to lose ratings beforehand. But I got to give Vince a little bit of fucking credit here. He's got the balls to put the ladies right in Q2 and for the whole Q2 segment. Ballsy as fuck, because your numbers will take a hit. So, they had Morgan versus Natty out there all Q2, Seg 2. Match 10 minutes long, just over. The match was rough. It was not very good. And that is actually stunning to BC because Morgan has not had a bad match since about 2021. The end of 2021, right? I mean, ever since she started having those matches, the series of matches with Becky Lynch, she's just been on fire. She has been a fucking tornado. She has been She's carried the most momentum out of any female in WWE, easily, Liv Morgan. That's why her moment at Money in the Bank was so special, both of them, winning the briefcase and then taking the championship. And that's why everyone thinks it was so deserving, is because we all know, man, like, she has been just legit. She has been putting on, literally, this isn't just like an exaggeration. She has put out 0 bad matches. So last night was kind of like an anomaly. It was kind of strange. Stranger Things, man. I was like, whoa, this is not clicking, man. And it's not even really Morgan or Natty's fault individually. From what BC observed, they just don't work all that well together. Sometimes two individuals just don't click. They don't gel together. And the magic is just not there. And sometimes it's just the opposite of magic. And that's kind of what I saw so many times here. Natty and Liv just did not work well together. And I don't know if it's ironic or not. I don't know if that's the word to use, but it's... BC's going to use. It's kind of ironic that it's the same ladies that caused the stir earlier this week. Natty didn't sell for Liv Morgan's finisher. They were at a live event. I think it was Sacramento. Oblivion was hit. Natty takes the 1-2-3 pin. And after Natty was pinned, she just got right back up, pointed at Liv, yelled at her, and got out of the ring. No-sold it. You can't do that for somebody's finisher, man. That's the ultimate disrespect and smack in the face. So... last night, it was completely different. Last night, Morgan hits Natty with the Oblivion for the W. And not only did Natty sell the fuck out of it, Natty oversold it. I mean, you go back and watch Natty. She's holding her head, covering it like she just got tombstoned by The Undertaker 6 times. She oversold that to let everybody know she's professional. It's a one-time thing. And she's selling the fuck out of it now. Don't worry. She's putting Liv over. So, Natty went out of her way there, man. I don't know if that made everything good for everybody. Maybe it did. Natty has earned the respect. I think that was a one-off. She was just having a bad night. Maybe there was some friction between her and Morgan before the match. But it is what it is. If she kept doing that, okay. But Natty's always been professional for the most part. I'm not going to give her too much shit. Post-match, Kayla Braxton interviewed Morgan. I thought this was a nice added touch to rein in some more spotlight on Liv. It's simplistic. It's not going to do that much. But it's a post-match, a victory that she just had. A post-match interview after victory. Put that spotlight on Liv. It's those little things sometimes. Again, it's not something grand, but the little things matter. The New Day then comes to the ring dressed as Viking Raiders. Brah, I dug this. Kofi says to Woods, that's right, think about that. They're dressed as the Viking Raiders, the face paint, everything. And Kofi looks at Woods and he says, I thought we're supposed to be Vikings. Woods says, and I quote, yeah, so? Or maybe that's not a quote. Maybe it's a paraphrase. But he's kind of depressed, like, yeah. And Kofi says, then why are you sounding like a pirate? And poor Kofi, now or Woods. Woods is dejected. And Woods is like, you know I'm not good at accents. So Woods is trying to sound like a Viking, and Kofi totally just calls him out on it, man. It's funny. And then the Raiders, the real Raiders, they come down to the ring. Kofi and Woods start yelling out, imposters! Imposters! Bro, it popped BC. I had to do a legit LOL at that. Fucking New Day, bro. Somehow, fucking Dancing Stanky gets involved, but I'm not going to let that ruin the Viking Day. Or whatever you want to call them. It's a Viking Day! Whatever you want to call them. A Raider Day? New Vikings? New Raiders? I don't fucking know, man, what you want to call them. But I'm not going to let Dancing Stanky ruin my legit laugh that I had on this show. That's a legit laugh, right? Like what they've been trying to do for 2.5 years with R-Truth and that Catering Crusader 24/7 championship. Bro, I don't know if I've ever laughed at any of it. Watching Ninja Tozawa dress up as a fucking ninja and a trash can, or watching R-Truth be a Christmas tree, or watching Dana Brooke being chased by fucking 14 pro wrestlers trying to get their steps goal in, trying to work off the triple layered moose cake. Let's take a jog around the ring. Follow Dana. Anyway, hour number 1 then ends with Aliyah versus Lacey Evans. But they never actually wrestled, just like last week. For the second week in a row, Evans is appalled at the lack of respect she's receiving from the crowd. So we spend 4 more minutes going over her accomplishments and her hardships growing up before she finally tells everyone in Orlando and all of us to go to hell. But it was another 4 minutes of a sob story, man. Break out your fucking violins. It's the Sympathy World Tour. The Sympathy World Tour. The Poor Me World Tour. The Sob Story World Tour. And we're all supposed to fucking feel bad or show praise. Here we go. Even as a heel, she's fucking bringing that out. Now, I'm glad they at least went heel with her. You know what I mean? I can take this character a lot more than if she was still being forced as a face. I'm going to take this, man. So trust me, my complaint is actually diminished. It's just amazing how much time we're spending on I'm a Marine. So, you know, you gotta love me. Huh? On one? Oh, hold on. We got a little special guest, man. Stacey Evans. If you guys are tried and trues of the channel, you guys remember Stacey Evans, the sister of Lacey Evans. She called in. She wants to say what's up. What does she call for? What? Okay. Should we give Stacey Evans the floor? Line 2. Okay, let's go to line 2. Line 2. Stacey Evans. You got me. It's BC.
BC, my sister is a Marine. I don't know why everybody doesn't show her the proper respect she deserves.
Well, I think Stacey, that it's not the Marine. We all respect most of us anyway would respect Marines. BC comes from a family of Marines. I think that it's the forcing. I think we think that Lacey, just like when she was a heel the first time, and now this time with the way that this was all presented, I think it was being forced so hard that it got rejected. So I think that's more of it. I don't think it's the Marine thing. I think it's we don't want it to be forced. Stacey Evans. Stacey?
Forced? Forced?
Yeah.
How about I force my boot up everybody's ass? Okay. They're all exactly what my sister first thought they were. Nothing but nasties, and they ain't worth our time, basically.
Okay, all right, Stacey. No, see, I knew that was a bad idea. Sasha, cut that, please. Line 2. See, that's what I didn't want. Okay, well, I'm not even going to play this game, man. We all know that was forced. I would hope so anyway. It was forced. This is better, at least. Her as a heel. And I think it's still going to be forced. I think they're going to throw a fucking title on her and fucking and have her just stomp out people that should be getting a lot more in the company. And this is not shade to Lacey. If she gets the world one day, good for her. It's just there's a line that you should be getting into and not just being catapulted when it's just not clicking with the audience. I hope that makes sense. I mean, we're still playing that game with Charlotte Flair, Charlie. To this day, 6-7 years later and 14 championships later, there's still no connection with Charlie, right? She has her fans, right? The fangirls, the fanboys, whatever. We just went over that in the cold open with actual companies. Same thing with the wrestlers, right? And the fans don't want to hear anything bad about them, right? But you got to be truthful. I'll give you an example. Where this is a pro Sasha Banks channel. We love Sasha Banks. BC and so many think she's the best women's wrestler in the world. But if somebody thinks that for 1 second, I'm not going to call out a critique or something bad that happened or something she did that she shouldn't have or a bad match or a bad call, a botch. No, we're going to discuss it, Sasha Banks channel or not, because we're truthful. And that's the only way that she's going to get better and we're going to get better product, matches, performances. I hope that makes sense. Truth will always lead to the right result. When you lie, it's going to lead to fucking the same and or disaster. So that's the truth about Lacey Evans. I understand the sister, though. Stacy is backing her sister. That's great for Stacy. Stacy, we still love you, by the way, man. And we much love to Lacey as well. Send your sister some love. But don't force shit upon us. It doesn't work for Charlie Flair. It didn't work for Roman Reigns. It didn't work for fucking Lacey Evans the first time, and it didn't the second time either. And that's why she's in this position as a heel. So obviously we know what we're talking about. Stacy, it has nothing to do with Marines. I come from a family of Marines, man. Don't force shit. That's the lesson. Hour number 2 starts with the Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus for the 93rd time. Or at least that's supposed to be. It was supposed to be McIntyre and Sheamus for the 93rd time. But instead, it's Ridge Holland competing for Sheamus. Not the best of plans, as 4.5 minutes later, Holland was eating a Claymore upside his dome piece and taking an L. That's really all we could talk about there, man. There's no real excitement to watch Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam do anything. And we can only hope that at Clash at the Castle, when we got the believed match to be Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns, we can only hope that we're going to give a fuck when September rolls around. So what I want to do is spend a moment and talk Big E, man. Much love and respect to Big E. He's been talking about his recovery and being very truthful about it, how it's the C1 is just not, it's not recouping the way that he would have hoped in the docs. And this is exactly what the fear was. With a C1 fracture, very rarely does it repair itself the right way. And that's why I said his career, right when it happened, and we found out it was C1. I didn't want to be the bearer of bad news, but I was like, I don't know if he's ever going to... If he walks again, that's all we could ask for. Wrestling, that's a long shot. And I think what you're starting to hear from Big E is that he knows. It's a very small chance that he gets back in the ring. Because that's nothing that... The C1, the fact that he's walking could be looked at as miraculous. So the fact that he's in such high spirits and he doesn't hold a resentment toward Ridge Holland, he's optimistic, and he doesn't have the neck brace anymore. It's really good to see, and I want Big E to always know, man, we got your back. Much love and respect to Big E. It is then announced that next week Max Dupree will introduce his sister Maxine Dupree into the Maximum Modeling Agency. I love this move because things were starting to get a little bit awkward with Just Massey and Mansoir. These sound like really bad colognes. Again, I like this move. Shut down the sausage factory for a little bit, and let's get into the poontang pie a little bit. All right, if we're gonna have fucking people modeling down the runway, ladies, you got your Mansoir and your Massey. Now let's get some poutang, pi. I'm trying to French it up or something, man. Just get some poontang pie out there. Fucking A. Theory versus Madcap Moss. Watching these two lock up last night, man, BC couldn't help but think, damn, this could be the future. Both got the look, the presence, the ability, the talent, and they put on a damn good match. You know, I had my reservations. Even up until last week, I was asked about it, like Madcap Moss, your true feelings. And I was kind of, I don't know if, with that name, The name Madcap is what holds him back more than anything. Man, if that was just different. Remember when he was Riddick Moss? I would take that 10 times over Madcap. I can't take him seriously as a Madcap. But when you saw them toe-to-toe last night, man, you couldn't help but think it's like the future. If they just change this dude's name, he's a good wrestler. There's some part of me that thinks he'll never quite get out of the mid-card. But watching him with Theory, I kind of changed my mind, and I'm kind of thinking, that is the future, man. It just seemed special. You know, it was like back in the day when you would see, I'm not putting him in this category, guys. I'm comparing on whole different spectrums. But Rock and Austin, you just knew that they were kind of like, they were just, I don't know if prime is even the word I want to use. They were the fucking business at that point. You know what I mean? And for the foreseeable future, you couldn't picture it without Rock and Austin. And you just felt it was like, at that moment, toe-to-toe, that was special, you know? It was like something last night, I can't put it into words, and that sucks because as a podcaster, you have to. But something about Moss in Theory, I was just like, damn, this is kind of like, something tells me in 10 years, 15 years, we're going to look back at this and be like, damn, remember when that match took shape. Anyway, I'll move on. I just saw that, and I was kind of like, it was just a moment where I paused for a second. I was like, this seems special. Now, the match was 13 minutes in length. I would have loved to have seen another 13 minutes. Theory gets DQ'd after smashing the briefcase over the dome piece of Moss. Post-match, Sami Zayn hits the ring, or hits the top of the ramp, and then orders Theory to apologize to the tribal chief who's watching at home. Or probably not, like Brock always says, I'm too fucking good. I have too much to do than to watch this shit. But he says you have to apologize to the tribal chief by even insinuating that you may cash in on him at SummerSlam. And then the Usos come to the ring, and this backs up Theory right into Madcap, who, don't forget, Madcap just got smashed over the dome piece with a briefcase. That's how he won via DQ, so he was not happy with Theory. The Usos are coming to the ring with Sami Zayn. He backs up right into Moss. Moss puts him headfirst into the post outside. Theory is knocked out. We go to commercial. When we come back, it's the main event. Jimmy Uso versus Dawkins. How many times can you see these teams? One-on-one, in tag team, 6-man tag, 8-man tag. You've seen this 46 times in the last 28 days. That's right. Do the math. It doesn't add up, does it? It's Steiner math. But somehow we've seen it 48 times. Slight exaggeration. Jimmy Uso versus Dawkins. Dawkins wins this match with a sit-down powerbomb, but not without controversy, as seems to be par for the course with these two teams lately. As Jimmy's shoulders were up, his right shoulder was up as he was being pinned. But because referee Charles Robinson was still trying to wake up after being knocked out earlier in the match, the whole thing went unnoticed. So he was just crawling on the other side just to make the count. He didn't see the right shoulder. At least this referee didn't totally count out an illegal man like another promotion on Wednesday. That is unacceptable. I don't even want to talk about that, bro. But Charles Robinson does make the count anyway. Adam Pearce then hits the top of the ramp, and he announces the special guest referee at SummerSlam between the Profits and the Usos is going to be Double J, Jeff Jarrett. And the community loses its mind like it's the worst thing in the world. This company, pro wrestling in general, just like our cold open, I'll end the review the same way. It's got so many issues and problems. If you think Jeff Jarrett as a special referee is where I'm going to fucking... that's the hill where we're going to get knocked off of? No, man. They want Jeff Jarrett in Nashville. They're in Nashville. They're trying to get Jeff on the card. It's a match we've already seen 84 times anyway. It's no harm, no foul. Let Jeff have a moment in Nashville. Everybody's crying about this. Fuck, where are you with the other 100 things that are wrong with this company? That's your review for SmackDown. Hopefully I didn't keep you guys here that long. I tried to go over it as fast as I could. The cold open was probably longer because I was just spewing off a bunch of fucking noise about SummerSlam not feeling like SummerSlam, and that's just a microcosm of the bigger problem, which is that pro wrestling doesn't feel like it's fun anymore. Pro wrestling is on life support. That's the truth. You can fanboy out. You could be a Timmy and a Jerry or a Jerryana. It's 2022. I don't know who the fuck is who and what is what anymore. Everything's off the fucking wall. But if you're just going to be that, you're just adding to the problem. You're not part of the solution. I can't wait. I hope. I don't know if pro wrestling can even be great in 2022 going forward. With kayfabe being dead, with kayfabe totally gone, and with everybody fanboying out for a specific company and not wanting to hear any noise with any other company or putting on earmuffs when there's criticism for their company, I don't know if pro wrestling can ever be special again with where we have gotten to. I gotta end the video on that down note. That's it. All right, let's go whoop some ass, man. I'll talk Monday Night Raw with you guys. Always stay sub to notified. If I got any impromptu bonus videos, you'll be the first to know about it, man. That little notification bell, I don't even know where that is. That's probably by the thanks button and the like button down below. Smash the notification. You'll be the first to know if I go live with an impromptu video. All right, guys. Check you. BC's out. Top guy, and I'm fucking out. That's right. Think, be, live, amped always. Sasha, don't hit my music. We gotta go. We're already fucking late. Check you. Put him up. Yeah. Salud.